We are live. Hmm. We are live. I've always thought कि how does one give different introductions? Because सर अपना जो बोलने का काम है, तो उसमें वेरिएशन की बहुत कीमत होती है, अहमियत होती है वेरिएशन की। पर जब हम हर बारी उसी गड्ढे में घुसते हैं और उसी गड्ढे से बाहर निकल के आते हैं, तो मैं भी सोचता हूँ अलग क्या बोलें कि जी आगे 6 महीने बाद, आगे जी 7 महीने बाद, आगे जी 8 महीने बाद, आगे जी किसी का बच्चा हो गया, आगे वापस आ गया, आ गया। क्योंकि हमारा एक्चुअली में यही मामला चलते रहता है, बट आई किड यू नॉट, you've already seen everyone, we've already publicized it since the morning. We're talking about the AFC under 17 Asian Cup qualifiers, where the Indian team did not make it. They finished second in their group. And to talk about it, we have the head coach of that team. Ever since that result came about, a lot of you have been sending us messages on YouTube, on Instagram, whichever this thing. Please get Ishfaq. He's a friend of yours. We should understand what happened. So आपको ये भी बता दूं that we were not planning to come, me and मेरे भाई, and we were not planning to come because हमारी आदत से मजबूर है, हम नालायक है. But actually में Ishfaq has told us that let's do a show. We must talk about it. We must talk about the result. We must talk about how we can learn from it, and sort of give you a ground reality of what happens when you're the head coach of a team like this. What is the ground reality of कि जी आपके थैली में क्या क्या चीजें हैं और जो सामने वाले उसके थैली में क्या क्या चीजें हैं, फिर उसके मुताबिक आप गेम में क्या करते हो क्या नहीं करते हो, वो तो होगा ही. So Ishfaq sir, good to see you. I
Thank you
League
very
is
much,
going to
bye.
start. I League
Yes.
going to start with the Real Kashmir, so all the very best for that. एनी मेरे भाई, अभी शो लाइव होने से पहले मेरी बीवी ने आपको देखा, कह रहे ये ऐसा लग रहा है कि मैं 10 साल बाद एनी को मैंने देखा है बिना दाढ़ी के. क्या हो गया भाई, ये क्यों मुंडवा लिया, ये क्यों गंजे हो गए
बस
भाई?
भाई, नया नया सीजन है, नई शुरुआत है, तो लगा कि कुछ नया किया जाए.
तो
मे
सीनियर
बी
टीम को देख लो, अभी अभी खेलेंगे वहां पे एक वो मैच, उसके बाद आ जाएगी वापस दाढ़ी.
नहीं, वो तो किसी और का सीजन है भाई. हमारा सीजन तो ये यूट्यूब पे चलता है, तो यहाँ चलाएं पहले. सलाम टू यू बोथ, यार, गुड टू सी यू गाइस.
Same here.
लाइकवाइज लाइकवाइज भाई. सर शुरू करते हैं अंताक्षरी. ये आपके सामने मैंने लिखा हुआ है, इशफाक अहमद रिफ्लेक्ट्स ऑन अंडर 17 एशियन कप क्वालिफायर्स. You've been a part of many teams. You've been a player. You've been a coach. This is not your first coaching assignment. This is not the first time you've been around football players. It's pretty much been your life. So you know what it means to win. You know what it means to lose. It's part and parcel of the game, sir. You know what it means to qualify. You know what it means not to qualify. In terms of keeping all those things in mind, झटका आपको लगा था उस टाइम पे, and I'm talking about that time when Thailand से 3-2 से हारे, and it was confirmed. झटका था. What was that feeling like? When reality dawned upon you guys and your team?
Well, honestly, I think I prefer actually not to talk about it, but since like it has to come out. But uh, I did not know how to handle it that time because I have been part of many teams where we lost finals, where we lost the qualifications and all that. And I have been the part of where we won also finals. So this one was like this team is and was very close to my heart. We had worked really hard, and the players, they are fantastic players, technically very sound players. Uh, and I don't think they didn't deserve. Uh, for me, they deserve to be the Asia Cup, whether a runner-up, whether as the one of the best runner-up team or the first, like group winners. But for me, they definitely deserved to be there. And we were dreaming of it. We dreamt of it. We thought like, since 9 teams will qualify for the World Cup, also there's a realistic chance to go all out on, like in Asia Cup. So that's one part. Like when you see your dream getting shattered by like one lap of concentration around 88 minutes or something like that. It hurts really bad, especially for me. I think it's a scar for forever now, for me. because I believed and I still believe that this team was special team, and they were one team which were playing proper football. Where like they were not afraid of any team, whether we are playing away or home. They were equally good. Like if you see the numbers and all that, you will come to know. I'm not just talking. They are stats, proper stats, which says it's not no team, even Thailand, they didn't dominate us in their home. Where Thailand is the runner-up of Asian Cup, where they lost against Australia in tiebreaker. So I think that hurts. That's like um, when you believe and when you know this team deserved more than this, and then unfortunately, like that lack of concentration, undoing 3 months work, hard work.
Hmm.
So that's it. That's what like I felt that time. I was really disappointed uh, for entire nation. I'm extremely sorry for to whole footballing Indian football fraternity, because I think I am the head coach and I take the responsibility. We didn't qualify. Um, when you see the external factors, there are many other external factors. Lebanon didn't come. Uh, we would have been still the one of the best second place team with the 14 or 15 goal average.
Yes.
But maybe it was not meant to be.
But before we get into external factors and so on and so forth, because we will do a full holistic chat, not just on the three games, the 390 minutes that played out, but the build up and everything, and जो आपने वहाँ पे देखा है, sir, what was that emotion like? Because कभी कभी क्या होता है कि हम बैठ के ना कंप्यूटर पे हमने अकाउंट खोले मैं अपने हमने ये तीर छोड़ दिए बैठ के अरे हटाओ उनको क्या कर रहे हैं ये देखो जी पीछे ले गए बड़ा बाबू बाबू मैं नहीं कह रहा कि सही गलत है बट ह्यूमन नेचर इट्स ह्यूमन इमोशन and
That's normal.
that is the nature of the game. So for the other side, because we very rarely get to feel and understand the other side, जो दूसरा साइड पे भी बंदा है वो इंसान है, वो भी कुछ अरमान लेके गया है, वो भी कुछ मेहनत करके गया है, अच्छी बुरी वो आपके ऊपर है, हम उसमें नहीं घुस रहे. What was that emotion like? How much time did it take you to get over that emotion, with all due respect?
I'm still not getting over it. Honestly speaking, I still have a little bit hard, like hard time to accept that we lost. Uh, See, for a coach, you have to be practical. When we saw Turkmenistan playing against Thailand, we thought, oh shit, it looks like Turkmenistan is the best team. We have to fight with Turkmenistan rather than Thailand.
Mm.
Only if Iranian referee, I don't want to go to that controversy, gave a red card to the Turkmenistan player in 46 minutes. And
Mm.
they had to play 45 minutes without one man, and that too their main defender, who was their captain. Till 46th minute, me and my staff were thinking, shit, we were thinking, okay, we have to compete with the Thailand. It looks like we have to be careful of Turkmenistan. We have to first beat Turkmenistan, because first half, when we were watching the live first half, we were sure that Turkmenistan will beat Thailand in this match. But
Mm.
everything changed. And then when you will see our match against Turkmenistan, we dominated that. Of course, there were mistakes also. I'm not saying that. And and that is what I think. Like sometimes things are not going your way. Like I told you, the goals, two couple of goals disallowed, were not allowed. Especially a very important goal was not allowed against Turkmenistan. Like there are refereeing errors also. You can't. It happens with every team. I won't say it happened with us only, or they
Mm.
did it deliberately. A clear goal was denied, and it was towards the end of the second half. We could have got 2-0, and that would have helped us to score more goal, because Turkmenistan would have come more all out, try to get goals. These are the coaching mistakes. what we see there, how we want to tackle that. But I can't share these things with usually with everyone when we are there. And I believed that after we dominated and we beat Turkmenistan, I was very much sure that we will beat Thailand also, or even not if like we will qualify. Because we were up by when we beat Turkmenistan, we were having 15, I think 14 or 15 goal average. And uh, just want to tell you one fact which not many people will be knowing. There are stats. We played only 25 to 30 minutes active match against Brunei, which was amazing, which I had a fight. I almost got a card also. And
Not
there
surprised.
was a stat. Yeah, there was there was a moment in second half. We scored 73rd minute. We scored the goal, and then game was we played only 1 minute active game till 83rd minute, and
क्या कर रहा था सर वहां
and
पे फिर वो बंदा रेफरी?
every one of Brunei player was going down after
हाँ.
2 minutes, after 1 minute. And I honestly thought there will be 15 minutes extra time, and we were given. And in Brunei, if I show you the video, there were 3 goals clearly disallowed by head goals, and not even touching with the. I think sometimes referee becomes casual. They think, oh, they are winning 13 goals or 14 goals.
हम्म.
इस एक से हल्का फुल्का फाउल भी कोई बात नहीं. But I knew that. I told them I knew that how much important the goal average is gonna be, and we were trying to fight. But like you have to be within your limitation in AFC also, because you don't want to lose any member or a head coach or an assistant coach. Everybody is very important. And things which not many people. We played 34 degrees Celsius. We played first 2 matches at 4 p.m. Uh, and like it's really hard to rotate the squad. I tried my best to change after first half only in the first match, 5 players, and that's what I could have done, not more than that. So still other players had to play. It was really hot, but it was for everyone. Uh, the home team usually get the advantage. They played all the matches at 8, which we understand. Had we been hosting that, probably we would have done the same thing. So I'm not
हम्म.
cribbing about it, but and there was an external factor of fatigue. We knew that will come into play in third match, and probably one of the reason we conceded goal, lack of concentration. One long ball came, and there was no one except that winger in that side, and unfortunately we conceded goal. And that is football for you, and that's how like football can change. We were winning, we were going top of the like table as a group
हम्म.
winner, and by 90th minute you are out.
Yeah. Any भाई?
Yes, brother.
बताओ. So because what I am saying is, see, Ishwaq is speaking like a coach. I get it. He's focusing on the 90, but घुमा फिरा के कोई भी आप इन चीज़ों पे अगर आप बातचीत करते हो, देन बात सिस्टेमिक होती है.
बिल्कुल.
जिसके खिलाफ आप खेल रहे हो, उनके सिस्टम्स हैं इन प्लेस. मतलब आप यू कांट कम इनटू अ गन फाइट विद अ चिमटा और सामने वो बंदूक लेके खड़ा हुआ है. तो मतलब चिमटे से आप एक पूंगी मार पाओगे, या कभी-कभी उसने देख नहीं पाया तो 2 पूंगियाँ मार दोगे क्योंकि अच्छा खेला है, अरे पोटेंशियल है. यही तो हमारी कहानी रहती है मोस्टली कि जी देखो आप चिमटे के साथ आपको भेजा है वहाँ पे, सिस्टेमिक वैसा है, तब भी आप अच्छा खेल के आ गए हो. आपने बॉल पोज़ीशन रख ली, आपने चांसेस वहाँ दिखा दिए. बट
Yeah,
घुमा-फिरा के यू आर ऑलवेज़ गोइंग टू बी इन द बैक फुट ना. आप तो बैक फुट पे
absolutely.
ही हो.
Yeah. So I think by matlab we can, I suppose, progress into the systemic conversation as we go along, and it's great to have Ishfaq to actually break down the tournament or the qualifying tournament for us, because there are aspects of this team जो भी हमको देखने को मिला VPN वगैरह यूज करके, And I have to say that personally speaking, I know and I've seen some of quite a few of the boys in this particular team, and like Ishfaq, uh, I think there's a strong personal connect with some of these boys, and having seen them grow, many of them, Suraj, for example, the goalkeeper, from the time he was 13, 14, and evolve into this player today, where he has the ability with his feet, his distribution is good, he has command over the area, and he is developing into a potential uh, proper pro senior player, one for the future. Similar to that, I think there are players in this squad, like Ishfaq was saying, of course, they are his boys, so you will expect him to naturally say these things. But one of the things that I saw online after the result, after the Thailand game, was that, yeah, बिबियानो की टीम्स तो क्वालिफाई कर रही थी, हम खेल रहे रेगुलरली, I remember I was in Ishfaq's hometown in Srinagar watching that quarter final against South Korea, which we ended up losing 1-0. वो बात अलग है कि
This was the Vikram Pratap wali team, na?
I am not sure, but जो भी है, we were one match away from qualifying for the Under-17 World Cup, right, against South Korea in that quarter final of the Asian Cup. अब ये बात अलग है कि श्रीनगर में 42% बार पे मुझे एक्स्ट्रा टैक्स देना पड़ा, but उसका कुछ नहीं कर सकते, unfortunately. But if you look at how that team played, and you look at how this team played, and the reason I am super excited about this group of players and what some of these young coaches, guys like
मेरे पास
Ishfaq,
थोड़ा
are
फुटेज है, मैं
trying,
चला रहा हूँ साथ में, आप बात करो.
हाँ,
फुटेज
what
भी है
they
मेरे
are
पास.
trying to do, भाई, पहली बार मुझे देखने को मिला है ना कि हम अक्सर बात करते हैं कि इंडिया का प्लेइंग फिलॉसफी क्या होगा, इंडियन टीम्स कैसे खेलेंगी, पहली बार मेरे हिसाब से देखने को मिला है इन अ कॉम्पिटिटिव काइंड ऑफ सिचुएशन. नहीं तो हम हमेशा रिजल्ट चेज करते हैं, नो डाउट, राइट, बिकॉज सिस्टेमिकली हम कुछ चेंज कर नहीं सकते, हमारे बस की बात नहीं है. तो we are constantly changing our game, trying to evolve and trying to play against the opponent. This team, for I think one of the first times that I have seen, maybe since the 2008-2009 Nehru Cup, whether it's a different scenario altogether, right? Where the boys have gone out to play the kind of football that they have trained in playing. They are trying to do the things they have learned from Ishfaq, from their other coaches at academy level. Many of the boys have worked with Renedy Singh at Classic Football Academy. Some are from our friend Anuj Gupta's academy at Sudeva in Delhi. Others come from all over the country. It's an amazing mix of talent. So, of course, the systemic issues remain. And I think one of the reasons why we were not more effective, not more clinical, is that guys like Bharat, who are playing in the striker position, just don't have the opportunity to play so many competitive games. And so, therefore, you see a guy like Sumit, who's a centre back, coming in and pitching in with lead goals, right? Things like that. Goals off set pieces. Which again, to me, like really just demonstrates how sensibly the coach has. And again, I'm not saying this because Ishfaq is sitting here because he's my friend or all of those things, but he's using that centre back, who is the biggest guy on his team, right, to convert those late chances of set pieces, of corners, of other things like that, right? So coaches are also using the strengths of their team in
भाई बॉल
order
तो
to
रख रहे हैं
get the
अच्छा.
results that they want to. बिल्कुल भाई, ये लोग
चला रहे हैं
किसी
गेम.
चीज से, हमने बहुत बार बोला है कि हमारी टीमें किसी चीज से डरती नहीं है, ये नहीं करती है, वो नहीं करती है, लेकिन जब पिच पे जाते हैं ना, तो वो थोड़ा डिफरेंस एबिलिटी में, टेक्निकली, टैक्टिकली वो दिखाई दे जाता है. इन टीम्स को आप देखेंगे, एंड इसलिए थोड़ा सा नहीं, काफी हद तक डिसअपॉइंटमेंट है, बिकॉज अगर सही प्रेपरेशन हो, सही समय मिले इनको, सही इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चरल सपोर्ट मिले, सही एक्सपोजर मिले, तो मतलब बायस मेरा मान के चलो, ठीक है, मैं बायस हूं, लेकिन मेरे हिसाब से ये, और मैं again, not
नहीं
blowing
नहीं
my own trumpet, but I've watched a lot of football, man, around the world. This team can compete, can play against some teams of top standard in this age bracket. To me, they are a far superior team to the team that India fielded in the Under-17 World Cup. And I hope that at some level, with this reintroduction of the Arrows squad, etc., these boys will get a chance to maybe demonstrate at the under-19, under-20 level what they are actually capable of.
सर कितने मैच खेल रहे हैं लड़के? आपके पास जो लड़के आए हैं कैंप में, कितने मैच खेलते हैं? अगर let's say
Bhai,
आपके preparation
just allow me from the my laptop so that I can. Yes.
अच्छा, नो प्रॉब्लम, आप करो उसे। मैं
No,
आपको रिमूव कर
just
रहा हूँ।
okay. There is already. I am
अच्छा,
already in waiting.
ओ यस, ओ
Yes.
सॉरी, अरे सर ये मेरी गलती है। ओह शब्द सॉरी, माय बैड। आओ सर आओ। हाँ
You can
सर
hear
मुझे
me now?
बताओ, वी कैन ये
Yeah.
कितने, मैं अंदाजा लगा लूं, आप लोग पहली बारी कब मिले? टू द टाइम टिल द क्वालिफायर कितना टाइम था आपके पास? फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट टाइम यू मेट दीस बॉयज टू द क्वालिफायर?
Last year, I think for the first, some of them, most of them, I think 16 or 17, I met them for the SAF Championship.
So नहीं, टाइम फ्रेम कितना हुआ फ्रॉम फर्स्ट मीटिंग टू लास्ट मीटिंग?
1 month. We had only 1 month that time, and then entire year, I was trying to follow some of them and keeping tab on them, because I think as a coach you need to know players. क्या पता कल को कहीं मैं किसी दूसरे क्लब में जाता हूँ।
अगर मैं अज्यूम करूं तो 1 साल 2-3 महीने में इन लड़कों ने क्लब एंड इंटरनेशनल फिक्सचर्स कितने खेले होंगे? मैं वो समझने की कोशिश कर रहा हूं।
2 साल में इन्होंने I don't know अंडर 17 लीग में कितने मैचेस मिलते हैं, but international matches, some of them have played about 10, 12, 13.
12-13 in a year.
International matches. उसमें 2 SAF Championship, 2 friendly matches, and 3. So 13 matches roughly.
And club का अगर
sorry to interject, but one critical aspect here is, if you look at the under-17 league, Pandit, and you also look at the makeup of Ishfaq's squad, right? You will automatically find, and this doesn't require any interpretation, if you just look at the results, the tables, you will automatically find that there are not so many teams across India that are able to compete at this level, right? So even if at the under-17 league आपको 15 मैच 20 मैच भी मिल रहे हैं, right? Many of those matches are like the game against Brunei, जहाँ पे गोल डिफरेंस या आप 10 12 15 गोल से दूसरी टीम को
मैं तो ये नहीं कह रहा ना कि मतलब तंदूरी चिकन खाने बैठे और फिर कह रहे हो जी मुर्ग प्याजा भी दो, ये दो। मैं तो सिंपल पूछ रहा हूँ कितने चिकन पीस मिल रहे हैं आपको? खत्म।
मैं कह रहा हूँ ठीक है,
मुझे लगता है less than 30 अगर कोई भी खेलेगा टॉप, अगर क्वालिफाई करते हैं अपने जोन से, if we I don't think they play more than 10 matches. I think it's around 8 or 10 matches.
So ये मतलब आपने 10 बोला, यहाँ पे 10 और मैं चलो राउंड फिगर कर दे 25 मैच।
If there are people, they might be doing
20 मैच, क्योंकि मैंने थोड़ी और छानबीन करी। अब आप ये देखो
भाई, आप तो वो क्या रिपोर्ट तेल का रिपोर्टर बन गए भाई।
मैं तेल का रिपोर्टर नहीं, सो मैं, क्योंकि आप देखो आप किसके खिलाफ खेलने की आप तैयारी कर रहे हो, वो कुल मिला के 30 से 40 मैच खेल रहे हैं।
40 मैचेस
सऊदी अरेबिया all play a 35 match season from the 13 level, sir, from the 13 level.
That is true.
So this is counting.
Recently Japan was telling, we are Richard and we all were discussing, Japan is saying their under 14 should play 46 matches.
Yeah, there you go.
Under 14, under 15.
46.
Yes.
So matlab what Annie is trying to say, bhai, sorry I cut you bhai, because 46 matches में then वो बात रहती नहीं ना कि मैंने 10 मैच बेकार टीम के खिलाफ खेले। 46 मैच में तो मैं फील्ड पे 46 बारी जा रहा हूँ।
मतलब कमजोर टीम्स के साथ भी those matches are also important because you still have to score there. You still have to get that confidence. Those are important also. It's not कि सब अच्छे टॉप मैच खेलेंगे।
और
they are also very
एक बात
important
और
for
कि ये जो
build up.
46 मैचेस जो आप जापान का कह रहे हैं, दिस इज नॉट लिमिटेड टू द 30-40 players who will be part of the Japan under 17 team. This will
No,
be
no, no, no.
everyone who is playing at a club
True.
in Japan in that age group organized
अब
football,
आप
right?
ये
तो
देखो
आप जिस
ग्लोबल
लेवल पे
एवरेज.
भी हैं, आपको
हाँ,
46, 45, 40 मैचेस मिल रहे हैं, जिस लेवल पे भी हैं आप, थर्ड
ये
डिवीजन क्लब के
अब
भी
आप
अगर
देखो
खेलते हैं तब
where
भी.
you aspire to be top 20 ranked teams in the world. Global average under 14 and above 45 to 60 matches. 60 भाई साहब हैं 60 matches. फिर you're doing close to 200 training sessions per year under 14 level onwards. Sir,
भाई
and then उसका
you know,
आप नतीजा देखो 15-year youth career
नहीं,
which is from 5 to 20.
and Arjun,
From
I
5 to
think
20 you're
honestly,
playing 500 550 games, sir. Sometimes 700 games, competitive games, by the time before you're turning 20.
when India was hosting the under 17 girls World Cup, I was talking to some members of the Brazil team, right? They are playing under 17 women's football, which we know women's football and men's football are treated very differently around the world, right? Very few countries treat them at par. Maybe China, the US, Australia, these are
Hmm.
notable exceptions. Everyone else, men's football is on a different plane. But these girls in Brazil, जहां पे रोनाल्डो नेमार इन लोगों पे फोकस होता है, ये लोग
Hmm.
60 मैच खेल रहे हैं सीजन में मेरे भाई अंडर 17.
60 matches.
60 मैचेस खेल रहे हैं. बिकॉज
और
मैं
हम
तो यही पूछना था ना, हम टीम फील्ड कर रहे थे पहली बार, हमारी पहली विमेन्स टीम वर्ल्ड कप खेल रही है, तो किस बेसिस पे आप कंपेयर करेंगे, राइट? कोई वी हैव क्वालिफाइड एज होस्ट, तो आप क्वालिफाइंग प्रोसेस से भी नहीं गए हैं. हमें लगता है कि ये लड़कियां तो बेस्ट जनरेशन एवर है, ऑफ कोर्स, एंड है, लेकिन उनको क्या मौका मिल रहा है, क्या तैयारी मिल रही है, क्या कोचिंग मिल रहा है, और इनको क्या मिल रहा है? सो दैट्स ऑल. सॉरी
सर, आपने आपने फर्क देखा वहां पे? इवन लेट्स से पीपल यू compete against, say Thailand was there, say an Indonesia there,
maturity,
hmm?
only their players are more mature, nothing else.
More mature in terms of reading situation, decision making, and so on.
Yes, because they have been playing, they have been together, and that's all. I think if you see the matches, you were just playing a clip against Indonesia. It was their home, in their home, and I'm telling you, I don't know if anybody had seen that match. We conceded 3 goals in first match. It was 2-1, but I think we should have won that. I was talking to one of our friend coach regarding that match. He saw certain matches. He also told me, had we taken those chances which Indonesia took, it could have been 4-3 in our favor. And and it's in their home, and it's not like they are pressing high us. You can see in the video, it's not that they are scared. That's what
Yeah, they're not sitting back
Annie
yet.
was telling. I believe these players, they know how to keep the ball, they know how to play, and they are not like, by pressure aaya to lamba ball marunga. And you see the goalkeeper, which Annie was talking about. They are very confident players. It's just these players need more game time, and more game time with bigger teams. Now, if you go for the SAF, for example, which I think is also very important we need to play those practice, take them as an international exposure. I think uh, it's really important to play SAF also, because uh, you get confidence from that. And if you see these guys, it is not that okay, kamzor teams ke sath khel rahe hain. And believe me, if we are improving, other teams are also improving. In
Yeah.
Indonesia, there are dual citizens.
वो तो सीनियर लेवल पे देख ही रहे हैं ना भाई.
Huh. So in Indonesia, there are 2 Australian players playing for them, and in senior also, in Thailand also, they had bought an I think Leicester City or something. He failed in test. Otherwise, they are also keeping doors open for dual citizenship. And I'm not cribbing about that. Okay, उनके पास हम लोग के पास नहीं. We still have the ability. अगर मुझे लगता है, honestly, when I see this under 17, it gives me a great belief that हमारी country में we have the talent, we have the people who can do the job. But uh, unfortunately, or inshallah, maybe in future, we have to be more um systematic, more uh,
पर सर
you
क्या
know,
क्या
like
ये लाइक माय पॉइंट बीइंग ये जो लड़के आ रहे हैं they are coming because of some of the work that's been done before they've come to you. So there is a
absolutely
certain my
all the
point is what has
teams who
changed?
the
कुछ
player.
बदला है क्या बदला है कि ये ऐसा बैच
I
निकला है
think
या ये
I
बैच ही
think
ऐसा है?
no, it's not that they are technically sound. That means when they were younger, they people have worked on them, which is very important to mention here. I think some of the smaller clubs, some of the smaller academies have done a fantastic job. Whether I don't want to mention one name, अगर मैं एक का नाम लूंगा तो दूसरे शायद वो लोग they might be offended. But whoever जितने भी player थे या किसी से भी आए थे, all of them are really good, and I hope inshallah this trend will continue before when they are 11, 12, and they get like better coaches to train with them, and they get an exposure. There are already now we have a FIFA academy in Bhubaneswar. Hopefully, you will see much better players coming because that is the time they need to be together. They need to be taught very well, and I am happy. The FIFA coach Sergi, who is there, I had met him. I had spoken to him. A wonderful guy, and hopefully, like that from that batch, you will see many good players coming.
So
Uh,
can I
and
ask you
Yeah,
we you
I have my reservations about that, Ishfaq. Maybe we can have that chat separately. But just sorry, Pandit, to interrupt. Uh, Ishfaq obviously doesn't want to take names or whatever. But for example, in a tiny place called Saikul in Manipur, जहाँ पे
हम्म
मणिपुर के हालात I think आजकल किसी को नहीं पता, रियली क्लैरिटी बहुत कम लोगों के हैं, लेकिन इतना पता है सबको कि हालात अच्छे नहीं है
हम्म
किसी भी हिसाब से, राइट? तो वहां पे एक साइकिल करके जगह है जहां पहुंचने के लिए भाई मैं आपको रोड का हाल, मतलब रोड था ही नहीं, ठीक है? और वो जो जंग का माहौल है वो अलग बात। तो
हम्म
जो जो अपनी जिंदगी पे जो खतरा है, जो रिस्ट्रिक्शंस हैं ट्रैवल वगैरह पे, बिजली पे, खाने पीने पे, वो अलग। G4A करके एकेडमी है, G4A है इशफाक, F4U, सॉरी F4U, F4 change, F4C, sorry,
football for
third
change
time,
or something, yeah.
football for change, F4C, yeah. From this, uh, they don't even have a proper ground, right? The many of the
Two,
boys
three
are
players
coming
were
to,
from them, were in my camp, good players.
yeah. One striker, right, of Nepali origin, who is now Manipuri. Did he
Yes, there
score
are
some?
there were
Anyway,
a couple of midfielders and all that also. I was in
to
fact, unfortunately, I was thinking we will qualify and I will call them again and have a look again on them. But okay, continue.
no, that's a separate thing. But I'm just saying, if you see where these kids are coming from, right? Because he's talking about smaller academies and things like that. भाई वो मिट्टी के डॉर्मेटरीज में कुछ कुछ बच्चे रह रहे हैं वहां पे ना, उस स्कूल में मिट्टी के ग्राउंड में ट्रेन कर रहे हैं, कुछ भी नहीं है, मैं मजाक नहीं कर रहा हूँ, बहुत बेसिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है वहां पे।
हम्म।
तो वहां से निकल के प्लेयर आ रहे हैं और इस लेवल के आ रहे हैं कि दे कैन compete with guys who have the benefit of
नहीं नहीं
a, let's
but
say, a
but
Reliance Foundation or a Mohan Bagan Academy or things like that, right? And more players are coming from these smaller academies.
भाई
Uh,
मैं क्या कह
so
रहा हूँ सी अब मैं यही बात कहने की कोशिश कर रहा था कि ये अपनी देश की खास बात है कि अनोमलीज बहुत हैं, राइट? अनोमलीज बहुत हैं, बट घुमा फिरा
despite
के
the
जहाँ
system,
पे
yeah,
इशफाक जाना चाहते हैं, जहाँ पे हम टीम को खेलना देखना चाहते हैं, वहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? वहाँ पे ये हो रहा है। तो कहीं न कहीं तो पत्ते शो होंगे, मैं तो ये कह रहा
बिल्कुल
हूँ।
होंगे,
मैं ये कह
बिल्कुल
रहा हूँ
होंगे,
आपको। तो
बिल्कुल
आप
होंगे।
कल को पहुँच भी गए, आप कहाँ पे पहुँच गए, उसके बाद क्या होगा? एक
Yeah,
बैच पहुँच
Hey,
गया, उसका मतलब ये
see,
नहीं कि दूसरा बैच भी पहुँचेगा।
I'll tell you one thing. In youth level, we will do very well always. And it's unfortunately my time we didn't qualify. Otherwise, like we are still playing good. But what is the next hurdle? Is what Annie said. We lost against South Korea. We have to think that how we gonna beat them? Like that is the level where we have to compete. Believe me, I'm telling it now on live. We will be able to compete with these Asian clubs and all that. We will be
How, sir?
always there.
But how,
We
sir?
are.
How?
I think we have still talent, but to do better than that, what I'm coming to back to you, then we have to be, like have to be a system place where we have these matches. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We in India already have the talent coming that level, but
Hmm.
what are we gonna do? How we gonna beat the quarterfinal teams? That is where, if we have a serious, that's why South Korea, Japan, we are little bit behind them in youth
Hmm.
level, because they have much better organized system, whether in schools or overall. We have just recently started youth leagues. Hopefully, in future, which I have heard, these leagues become bigger and more matches. Uh, Inshallah, if that happens, and that will be, I think that is the next step. The youth league is the biggest. I was in youth conference also, AFC youth conference last year in Malaysia. I
Hmm.
think the youth system, if inshallah that becomes stronger, more matches, the how under 17 league is happening, how reserve league is, how Reliance is also doing the league, which is
Hmm.
again addition only, which is not a bad. They are getting more matches.
Yeah.
I think that's really good also for the players. But can we have more matches for them? Can we go above 30? At least all these domestic matches, can we reach above 30 or eat at least 30? I think then you will see more serious players coming in, more like more future in of Indian football. I
क्योंकि सर
think
ये हमारा क्योंकि जो आप लोग कह रहे हो फॉर दैट टू इट्स अ ग्रेजुअल प्रोसेस एंड दिस ग्रेजुअल
yes,
प्रोसेस वी बीन टॉकिंग अबाउट फॉर एजेस नाउ एंड टू बी फेयर there have been improvements. The number of games
true,
have gone up. Maybe they've not
true.
gone up to the level at what your competitors or guys at the top of your class are playing, but they have gone up. Let's agree to that. एक एक और नजरिया ये है कि अगर आपको यूथ टीम के साथ खेलना है क्योंकि आपका सिस्टम इज नॉट इन प्लेस, तो आप जो इन लोगों ने करा था अंडर 17 वर्ल्ड कप वाली टीम ने, तो उनने
Uh,
इतने वो पूरा दुनिया दर्शन किया था उनने। और ये आपके सामने है, कुल मिला के काउंटिंग द 3 मैचेस एट द अंडर 17 वर्ल्ड कप, इन्होंने 34 मुकाबले खेले, 34 मुकाबले खेले इन द बिल्डअप
these
इन
are
द
the
1 ईयर।
official, only official matches, by the way.
दीज आर ऑल
बट
ऑफिशियल,
वैसे
ओनली ऑफिशियल, ऑफिशियल, यस
बट
ऑफिशियल मैच।
सॉरी सॉरी, उस सिस्टम से नहीं चलेगा भाई। ये नहीं
तो
हो
कैसे
सकता है।
करेगा भाई,
कतर ने
कैसे कैसे चलेगा
कतर
फिर?
एक मैं आई गिव यू एन एग्जांपल। कतर ने ये किया था, राइट? कतर ने 2022 में शायद वर्ल्ड कप होस्ट किया था। तो इन प्रेपरेशन उनको पता था 10 साल पहले कि वो होस्ट करने वाले हैं, राइट? और ना उनके पास लीग है, ना इतना कोई टैलेंट पूल है हमारी तरह, ना कुछ है। तो कैसे बनाएंगे टीम दैट नाक कटवा के ना आए जो वर्ल्ड कप में, राइट? तो उन्होंने स्पेन भेजा, 9 10 12 15 बच्चे, एस्पायर एकेडमी शुरू किया। they had continuity in the system where that coach took the team from under 17 to under 19 to senior level. So they have done this experiment of keeping people in a bubble and building it up. That's not how it's possible to build. You have
I
to have a holistic
Yeah,
system in a country.
very good thing. You are absolutely right. We understood. We have to have a more sustainable thing, like which will last, like a legacy type, like tournament जैसे leagues है and like that.
Yeah.
For this thing, what you have said, like these are like matches. We need exposure trips also, definitely for national team. National team need to play more matches. Yeah, even it goes for the senior team also. They
Yeah.
need to play during the FIFA window, which I am absolutely happy to see. Now we are playing against Malaysia, at least a good level team, Malaysia team we are playing, and during the FIFA window, which is very important. And at least we have to give credit to the people who are actually making this possible now. हमारी जो विंडो है वो जाया नहीं हो रही है कि
Hmm.
हम लोग खेल रहे हैं मैचेस. And I think that is really important. And honestly, I saw the lineup. I saw the call up for the play people who have been called today uh, for the senior India. Some young new guys have been called up. I am very excited. I really want to see. this match. I hope if I get time to see the live match in stadium against Malaysia, I'm really excited, and I know they will do
Yeah,
good because a lot of new young faces are there. For example, Jatin has been called. This Irfan has been. I told last time. I think last time in the show I spoke about him. I think he's not a bad, and credit goes to the coach. He is giving chance to those people who are performing, which is a fantastic thing.
So sorry.
Um,
Can I tell you why I was bringing this point up? I'll tell you why I was bringing this point up. See, when I know the answer is not these long camps that are in front of you. I get that. The answer will never be that. The answer will always be a system that is taking you ahead. But in the
mm,
interim, that system is making steps forward, but is not keeping
yes,
up with the people you're competing with. That's a ground reality. That's not a criticism. Okay.
yeah,
So my point is, in the interim,
yeah, yeah.
can we please stop always hoping that our team is a given
No doubt, by
कि
and
हम तो
one of
qualify
the
कर
strongest points, I guess,
नहीं होगा
in the and therefore being able to bring. Uh,
एंड सर मैं सही कह रहा हूँ गलत कह रहा हूँ मैं तो ये कह रहा हूँ कि ये जो हम सोच
yeah,
रहे हैं कि भाई
100%.
अरे तुम बांग्लादेश से हमें कंपेयर कर रहे हो अरे तुम नेपाल तो भाई हमने कौन से इतने तीर या वो झंडे गाड़ दिए हैं कि हम जी
भाई
आगे
वो लोग
जाके
भी
कि
बहुत
जहां हम पहुंच रहे हैं हम कंपेटिटर हैं हम चैंपियन है जी जय माता दी
भाई लास्ट ईयर नहीं उनके क्लब्स ने हराया बांग्लादेश के क्लब हमारे टॉप क्लब्स को सो डोंट थिंक दैट के वो लोग नहीं वो दे आर आल्सो इम्प्रूविंग बट यस we should also improve. We should also dominate. I am glad in these two SAF championship we played. We beat Bangladesh 4 times. One time in group, one time in final, one time in group, and one time in final. 4 times, and we dominated those things. And we should play with these neighboring countries, but not to compare ourselves with them. We should play good football and dominating football. Result, see, Pep Guardiola is the one of the top coaches of the world. We know in India we have so many Pep Guardiolas from who comes in on internet X and all that.
हाँ,
So
एक एक का इंटरनेट चले गया वो आ जाएगा अभी
internet चला गया हाँ, exactly. तो you lose matches doesn't always mean कि भाई तुम लोग खराब खेल रहे हो और ये खराब परफॉर्मेंस है. It is not. I'm not talking about we lost. I'm saying overall. अगर senior team भी हार रहा है, that doesn't mean you are playing bad football. You are it results is like Barcelona. I think with that Scottish team there in Champions League, it was I think 82-18 ball position, and they lost
हम्म,
with them 1-0. So does the Barcelona play really bad? They didn't play. They dominated the match, and but yes, like there is a consistency which has to be there. In SAF, whether senior, junior, or girls, I'm taking all teams. We should definitely dominate them because
because
we are
because
better.
we are ahead in every sense in the region
Absolutely,
right
absolutely, without doubt that if fans get angry, fans abuse players, coaches. If you are not winning SAP, very much justified. Why
hmm,
not? भाई प्यार भी देते हैं जब we are beating some team.
yeah
So and you have to accept it. And I have learned this thing when I was playing in Calcutta also. Like
uh,
you lose with somebody, you माँ बहन कर देंगे. But when you are winning the match, when you are have that consistency, they will love you from earth to moon. So so that is there. I never get offended with that. And I'm glad this you put this heat map.
हाँ
This
सर
is
ये बताओ
understandable.
ये है आपका किसके खिलाफ है ये
I think it's a Bangladesh final match,
दिस
and
इज
it's not in.
बांग्लादेश फाइनल में
I'm sure, yes. And you see, this is I think Arbash's heat map,
ओके
and
ओके
the guy who was player of the tournament. I'm not sure
हम्म
whether it's him. Yeah, I think it is him. This
हम्म
shows that like we are on the people. And by the way, if you see the GPS report of these players, uh, some of them are running 13 kilometers in this Asia Cup qualifiers. They were running 13 kilometers.
एंड इज दैट द एवरेज ऑफ योर पेयर्स आई मीन जो आपके खिलाफ खेल
11,
रहे हैं वो
12,
कितना
13. Yes, 11, 12, 13 is the average.
हम्म
And like not this is a technical one. I think you should have called uh, Richard, so we would allow to discuss with him this thing. But yeah, but this shows really good. Like I was in the Indian Super League also. The average
हम्म
was 10, 11.
अब वो तो आई एम नॉट सरप्राइज सर वो गेम स्लो चलती है वहाँ पे काफी
No, but that has to do with the temperature also, na. But if you see the recent heat map on the recent GPS report of under 17 players,
Hmm.
we played 4 o'clock matches, which is worse. Like it's very similar to India playing 4 o'clock match.
Hmm. Hmm.
It is no different in Thailand, and they were still running 11 to 12, 13 kilometers, which is a
11,
very good
12.
fitness was there. Yeah, easily. I remember Arbash 11 and a half kilometer till 80th minute. I removed him because I wanted
This
to keep him
this is
rest and
what
for
position is this boy playing?
midfielder, center midfielder,
Midfield.
attacking midfielder,
हर जगह पहुंचा हुआ है.
left-footed player.
Hmm.
Uh, so there are good future. Like uh, here is the numbers. Fantastic, you played that. I don't know. I didn't send you this, na?
नो नो ये सर हम तैयारी करके आए हैं सर. ये
Yeah.
देखो आप.
So this is good. You will see the matches they played. You see the average ball position we had kept in
Yeah.
SAF.
4 matches.
And,
You've won 4
and I am
matches.
extremely happy and proud of these boys because that's what we want, dominate these SAF tournament, because we
Hmm.
are the better placed team, we are the better ranked team, we have the better infrastructure or better system than most of these countries.
Hmm.
So I think this is AFC, huh?
Yeah, this
and
is
you can
AFC. Yeah.
and you can see total above 50 goal average there also. Sorry, the ball position also.
Yeah. And
And
I don't know. Would you know of the Indian teams of the past? What has been your average possession? Has it been around the same or less or more? What was, I don't know. At this level, when you're playing Asian level?
let's forget about comparing, but
But
uh,
50 is on the higher side. Would I be right in saying that?
most probably if we are playing against Thailand and all that, yes, definitely.
बिकॉज़ तो थाईलैंड भी तो अच्छा कर ही रही है, वियतनाम अच्छा कर रही है, इंडोनेशिया
They
अच्छा
are
कर रही
really
है.
good. You see Vietnam and all that, they are Asian, like they are not bad. Their
हुँ.
defense is a little bit weak, but they have like fantastic players. Thailand.
क्योंकि
Even
सैफ में तो
cricket.
आप लोग राजा हो. सैफ में तो राजा हो, दिख रहा है.
No, we want to. That's absolutely fine, and you have to demonstrate that, na, when you play SAF. And I'm glad these guys did that.
मतलब सैफ में
So
आपको सिर्फ नंबर दिख रहे हैं. एक होता है कि मैं खेल को देख रहा हूँ, एक होता है मैं टीम को देख रहा हूँ. चढ़ी हुई थी. खा रहे
by
थे
you,
उनको.
by I'm telling you, you should go watch any SAF match and then tell me.
हाँ, सॉरी पार्डन माय इग्नोरेंस क्योंकि मैंने देखे नहीं है इसलिए मैं पूछ रहा हूँ आपको.
Just tell me, even against Bangladesh, go just tell. They were not coming up from the half line only, mid block, low block only is, but that's what even with the senior team they does, and that is where when I talk to other fellow coaches, that is what we have to try to learn how to beat when we do that with as a senior team with some bigger teams, we counter attack balls and we look good, solid defending we do sometimes, but when other teams do that, can we beat them? Yes, and I'm glad that we did that, and created number of chances.
तो देन व्हाट तो दिस इज द ग्राउंड रियलिटी इज दिस कि यहाँ जो आपके सामने है यहाँ के राजा हैं.
Yeah.
Where we aspire to be, we are
Yes.
still behind. So we cannot expect कि it's a given कि वहां जहां जब जाएंगे किसी दिन उत्तर हो सकता है किसी दिन पश्चिम भी हो सकता है. वैसा सीन है. और उसके
नहीं,
आगे वर्ल्ड
not,
लेवल पे चले गए फिर तो जी मतलब वर्ल्ड कप जीत लिया आपने. फिर पहुंच गए तो जी
no.
हो
Honestly,
गया.
I think okay. Let me. When AFF asked me my suggestions recently, they asked me what should we improve. The first
Hmm.
thing I told them, okay, SAF is fabulous. We play SAF, but can we get under 17? Can we get under 19 a guest appearance in Kafa or Asian?
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a brilliant idea.
That
That's
can
where we
happen.
should.
That can happen. You're saying it's possible.
Why not? That can happen if they request. Why not?
Hmm.
You if for example there is an important tournament coming at World Cup qualifiers or Asia Cup qualifiers, and
Hmm.
if the timings match, maybe we should try, and even for the senior team when they play SAP, they should have a, if there is a gap, there is in their professional calendar, if it is feasible, why can't we send our senior team to the play Kappa with Central Asia. Let them lose, no problem. At least we will see where we stand.
Yeah, yeah.
Or under 17 or under 20. Let them lose with these Asian clubs. At least they get a quality matches and they know where to we have to work. When we go to the SAF,
Hmm.
we only work on goal scoring. To be very
Purely, yeah,
honest,
yeah. Fair point. Fair point.
go wide crosses because they will sit down and try to keep the ball. But when
Fair
you
point.
go
Yes.
with these bigger clubs, bigger countries, you will work on different aspects of the game also, because you will get those kind of opponents na? Then only हम ट्रेनिंग में तो करेंगे ठीक है, बट
Hmm.
लेकिन जब रियलिटी होती है, वहां पे सिचुएशन आती है, तभी तो हम लोग सीखेंगे. जब हम
Yes.
लोग बाकी लोअर डिवीजन के साथ खेलते हैं, वो सिचुएशन आती ही नहीं है.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree with you.
You understand when somebody
I
can push you to the
तो
wall.
मैं ये देखो, ये लड़के ने ये आपको ये चला देता हूँ. बहुत अच्छी बात बोली है. ये देखो ये. Simple logic है. We can't compete until and unless under 15, under 16, under 17 play at least 20 to 30 matches with at least 6 to 7 international at least. No need of rocket science. Honestly speaking, this is not rocket
Everybody
science.
knows. Everybody knows this. इसने पूरा अच्छे से ये
Simple बता
समझाने
दिया
के
भाई ने.
लिए
हाँ.
सिंपल बता दिया. एंड ही स्टिल लेस साइड, वो फिर भी कम
लेस
बोल रहा
बुलाए
है.
मैच कम
हाँ,
बोले.
मैं तो आई थिंक मिनिमम हैज टू बी ओवर 28 29 मैचेस.
You're counting club and international, or you're only counting club?
If club, I if internationals also, then it has to be over maybe 32 matches max at least.
या अभी कितना, अभी अभी होगा मुश्किल से 10
लीग से
साल में.
10 मिलते होंगे उनको. एंड आई थिंक
15
जो
हो गए आपके.
मतलब ज्यादा से ज्यादा 20 22 होंगे टोटल विद इंटरनेशनल मैचेस.
क्योंकि अगेन आई ब्रिंग दिस बिकॉज दिस इज वेयर यू एस्पायर टू बी. नीचे टॉप 7 एशियन
यस.
टीम्स. This is where, and they are going here because they aspire to be here, which is the
यस.
top teams in the world. This is where they are aspiring to be. तो सर आप ये देख लो ना, जो टॉप का वर्ल्ड कप वाला प्लेयर है वो साल के 45-60 मैच खेल रहा है कंपेटिटिव.
And it's
हम
not,
तो मतलब
and I tell you one thing, it's not necessary. For example, how do you want to do? If we want to, for example, compete with West team, our under 17 should play Bangladesh under 20, play one up, two ups. We even locally when we play with, that's what I did with this team.
अच्छा.
All the practice matches I played with the senior teams. बिकॉज कोई मतलब नहीं, आप कंट्री की बेस्ट टीम निकाल रहे हो
उसी लेवल पे खिला
क्लब.
रहे हो. हाँ.
एग्जैक्टली. तो नीचे. सो वी प्लेड विद डायमंड हार्बर, वी प्लेड विद जेएनके बैंक. वी मींस लाइक दे आर नॉट, मतलब जेएनके बैंक, बट फिजिकली दे आर स्ट्रॉन्गर, they are experienced. Diamond Harbour is a really good team. Kibu is their coach also. So I tried to make them, like football wise they are confident. I tried to make them believe that they can be physically also confident. And that's why you have seen like my defenders, they have scored few number of goals also in all tournaments we played, or in practice matches,
इन इन
because
इन
they
इन
believe.
लड़कों के बारे में आपको पूछ लूं मैं, क्योंकि आप लड़कों की बात कर रहे हो. ऑब्वियस सा दिख तो रहा है गेम प्ले में कंपोजर है. फिर से एक बारी चला देता हूँ फॉर एनीवन हु नॉट सीन इट. कि गेम प्ले है, कंपोजर है, मूवमेंट है, टेक्निकल एबिलिटी है. वहां पे जो आप लोग 3 मैच खेले, पता किया किसी ने लड़कों के बारे में बाहर से कुछ खबर वबर आई? आई एम नॉट
Yes,
आस्किंग यू टू
recently
नेम
our
नेम्स ऑफ द क्लब्स एंड ऑल.
yes, recently there was an agency calling from Dubai. They are following. They were asking if they are interested, some of the players to go outside to play. मैंने
क्योंकि
बोला मैं
सही टाइम
नंबर
पे
देता
पकड़
हूँ
रहे
यार
होंगे.
please. हाँ.
सही टाइम पे पकड़ रहे होंगे क्योंकि फिर
नहीं, अच्छी बात है अगर सम ऑफ दीज विल गो आउटसाइड एंड प्ले. ये हमारे इंडिया के लिए बहुत अच्छी बात है. और हमें 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 अच्छे प्लेयर, मतलब कंपटीशन वो लोग खेलेंगे तो हमारी नेशनल टीम के लिए अच्छी बात है. हमें अच्छे प्लेयर आगे जाके मिलेंगे, और जिनका मतलब जिनकी एक्सपीरियंस होगी बाहर खेलने में,
तो
राइट.
ये एशियन
और
इंक्वायरी है. एशियन एशियन लीग्स
एशियन
की
इंक्वायरी,
इंक्वायरी है, एशियन
एशियन
टीम्स की.
इंक्वायरी है.
हम्म. तो एक्चुअली में सर मैं मतलब इट इज सच अ सिंपल साइंस. कि जी आप घर पे मुकाबले बढ़ाओ, आपका जो क्रीम ऑफ द क्रॉप है जो सामने ये खेल रहा है आपका, इनको अगर बाहर जाने का, रीजन में बाहर जाने का, हम क्यों यूरोप में एस्पायर कर रहे हैं वो छोड़ दो, वो सब रीजन में बाहर जाने का, जो हमसे 10 कदम आगे है उसके पास जाके खेलने की, हर दिन खेलो क्रॉप को, क्रीम को, उसको क्लब ढूंढो, ताकि वो जब आएगा नेशनल टीम को खेलने के लिए वो अलग ही लेवल लाएगा, अलग दर्जा लाएगा।
100%.
सर क्योंकि क्योंकि मैं आपको बताऊं यहाँ पे कमेंट्स बड़े आ रहे हैं, मैं ले नहीं रहा बिकॉज सम ऑफ देम आर राइटिंग a lot of stuff and they're saying कि अरे we lost, we this and that. I'm just trying to bring in the reality of it to whoever's writing these comments कि देखो जी, अगर आप सैफ में जाके ऐसे पिट के आते तब भी जी समझ सकते हैं कि जी वो हमारा रीजन है, हम उस रीजन के राजा हैं, राजा वहां पे उसने तलवार चली नहीं, तलवार थोड़ी वो ठुस्सी से हो गई, तो जी ठीक है, ये क्या आपने किया। अब आपने जी राजे को वहां भेज दिया अपने 5 सिपाहियों के साथ 100 के फौज के खिलाफ खेलने के लिए, और फिर 100 के फौज के हटा के आप जा रहे हो जी 500 के फौज के पास लड़ाई करने के लिए। तो मतलब किसी दिन अच्छा होगा कि जी आज टैक्टिकली बंदा चल गया, उसने तीर चला दिए, पर 3-4 बारी गंदा भी होगा। ये तो भाई ये तो नॉर्मल है, इसमें क्या है फिर।
Yeah, it's okay for me. I tell you honestly, I am always ready to take all these things. It's not a problem. Um, but people who know football, but people who really follow football and are aware of how football works. Honestly, if they see this Indian team playing, they know that they were really good and they deserve to go. Unfortunately, one lack of concentration, and that's what football is for. And I am telling you, that's how you actually uh, build the character also, and that is where I feel little bit lack of big match exposures can help you actually if you have the big match exposure playing with a bigger team. We reached here. I'm sincerely saying thanks to AIFF. We reached here in this level, this kind of football because we played with Indonesia. Actually, Oman was coming also that Tri Nation tournament. They backed out,
This is the
but
Indonesia game you're talking about, this one, right?
yeah, this
Hmm.
Indonesia team when we played with them and it gave us belief that where we are because I think I have to thank AFF for that. They were trying before also for this, and I think that is where they need to help whoever will be the coach, whoever will be the that time in AFF. They have to think, and they have to help the coach to get these at least Asian competition like bigger teams to see where they stand and to help them to get that confidence that they can compete with these teams.
फेयर
So
पॉइंट
I
भाई, फेयर पॉइंट सर।
that will help.
मैं क्योंकि आपको भी जाना है, भाई हमारा आ गया है, उसने इतना अच्छा ये बैकड्रॉप लाया है। भाई ये तो बनता है कि आप आपका पूरा बैकड्रॉप का मजा लें ऐसे, क्योंकि बिफोर बिफोर वी हेड, ये द कमेंट ऑफ द शो इज हियर बाय द वे, ये लो।
Any
Yeah.
looking young, old at the same time.
हाँ, अब क्या करें भाई, इसका तो कोई जवाब है नहीं किसी के पास।
ये बात तो सही है सर, ये बात से वो तो है। but Annie, before we head, भाई, I don't know if you were able to hear the things you were talking about. घुमा
No
फिरा
man,
के we were
sorry
just
यार guys, I lost internet completely. So I had to come
no
out and छत पे चढ़ के वो क्या
no
कहते हैं वो।
stress.
कोई नहीं भाई आप
Ishfaq was telling us that there were inquiries for these boys from Asian teams, and which is like great, right? कि आप रीजन में आप ढूंढो ना, आपके रीजन से जो 10 कदम आगे एज अपोज टू कि यूरोप में कहाँ है, जो आपके आसपास अच्छा कर रहा है उसके पास जाओ खेलो।
बिल्कुल
बिकॉज
बिल्कुल
आई
बिल्कुल,
आई नाउ फील भाई कि अगर ये लड़के नहीं जाएंगे तो ये
तो
लड़के
नहीं
भी खो
होगा।
जाएंगे, अब खो जाएंगे फिर,
हाँ
हाँ मैं
एक दो निकल के आएंगे बाहर।
लाइक मैं
नहीं
मतलब आई एम नॉट,
हाँ बोलो बोलो भाई
आई एम सेइंग आई एम नॉट पिकिंग वन और द अदर ना, बट जो ये मतलब अब अल्लाह राम ये सब के भरोसे नहीं चल सकता है, ये जो इतने सालों से हम चला रहे हैं ना सिस्टम, एंड जस्ट होपिंग कि ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ रॉ टैलेंट एंड ऑल थिंग्स विल हैपन, वैसा मुश्किल है। एंड वी हैव टू हैव अ रियलिस्टिक असेसमेंट। आई थिंक गोलकीपर्स स्टिल, I think if emphasis is given to goalkeepers, Goalkeepers still have the potential to go maybe to Europe. I think for women, because of the ranking of the senior national team, it's still somewhat easier to go to Europe and other developed kind of football markets. But for men, boys, the target has to be playing in more competitive, more challenging leagues in Asia, whether that's
Yeah,
Australia, Japan, Korea. I mean, almost there's so many
Middle
leagues,
East.
man.
अरे भाई,
Even the
even if they go
Even the
Indonesia,
Vietnam
Thailand
league is
also,
a step up.
no problem.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. आप जाओ अपने comfort zone से निकलो.
हाँ सर,
All of
मेन
those things, right?
ये बोलिए आपने, कंफर्ट जोन से निकलो आप, वो आपको अच्छा प्लेयर
Exactly.
बनाएगा.
और मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूँ कि यहाँ प्लेयर्स के लिए इजी है भाई, ऐसा नहीं है, लेकिन आई थिंक जो आपका लर्निंग कर्व है वो यू कैन नॉट कंपेयर. और मैं ये भी नहीं कह रहा हूँ कि आप 10-12 साल की उम्र पे चल जाओ ना, बट 16-17 तक आपका फाउंडेशन बन गया है, आपने काम कर लिया है होपफुली. जैसे ये कोचेस आजकल काम कर रहे हैं, ये बच्चों के साथ फिजिकली काम करते हैं, इमोशनली काम करते हैं, मेंटली काम करते हैं, एंड ऑफ कोर्स टेक्निकली काम करते हैं. तो इस इन कोचिंग इनपुट्स के साथ जो नए बंदे आ रहे हैं, हमारे पढ़े लिखे कोच इशफाक जैसे और भी हैं काफी सिस्टम में, ऑफ कोर्स रिचर्ड वुड एटसेट्रा, so many guys. So I think foundationally we are getting there. Now build up to that has to be going out and challenging where things are, more, I suppose, difficult,
Yes.
more competition.
I think Arjun bhi chala gaya, and I think time to say goodbye, I guess now.
Yeah. Sorry यार, I missed so much of the chat, but
नहीं,
मजा आया भाई.
मोटी 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 बात हो गई. गो बैक, डोंट सी इट, बिकॉज इशफाक ने बहुत से अच्छा हुआ चले गया, एंड देन वी स्कोर.
भाई अभी यही बोला इसने. अभी जब
Right, but Ishfaq, thanks for coming, bhai, on the show.
Thank
As
you,
always.
Raj.
Thank you for being honest and open to it. Open to the criticism also that's come, which is, I guess, part of the job. No one needs to tell you. It's part
No
and parcel
problem.
of the job. So, but I think I'm glad we sort of set the record straight that, and it's not just because it's Ishfaq who's a friend of ours. It's for anyone who's representing India, taking the Indian team to levels higher than where your other teams have come well prepared, have a different system in place. Then it's a hit and miss. कभी चल गया, कभी नहीं चल गया, ये वो वाली कहानी है. उसको कंसिस्टेंटली आपने कहना कि जी हम यहाँ के राजा हैं और हम एशियन कप क्वालिफाई करने वाले राजा हैं, तो फिर वो थोड़ी गाड़ी को थोड़ी रास्ता बदलना पड़ेगा थोड़ा उस गाड़ी का. बट अब जो हमने शुरू कर दी है कहानी अपनी 420 ग्राम्स की, मेरे भाई, ये जहाँ भी हो आप पेड़ वेड़ पे चढ़ के अपने तारे वारे ठीक करो, क्योंकि हर हफ्ते कुछ ना कुछ बात करेंगे. वंस अ वीक हम लोग वीकली बात करेंगे.
No,
नॉट
why
पर्टिनली.
don't you ask the people only what they want us to talk?
इनके पास तो बहुत है सर
They
बात
might
चीजें.
tell you, please keep quiet.
Everyone
ठीक
loves
है.
पंडित भाई, वो चुप रहने को सिर्फ मुझे बोलेंगे, बाकी सब आप लोग के लिए बहुत प्यार है दुनिया में.
जय माता दी. Lots of love, guys. Lots of love. Take
चलो,
care. Thanks,
take
guys.
care यार.
Once
You
again.
guys, see
Good
you.
night.
Bye.
Good night.